Hello, welcome to Levant TV headlines. Syrian army troops regained full control of an airbase in southern Sweida province, a day after Al-Nusra Front overran large parts of it. A US citizen has been killed fighting for Kurdish forces against the Islamic State jihadists in the Kobani region of northern Syria. Aid agency UNICEF says 80% of Yemen's population, or more than 20 million people, need some form of humanitarian assistance as Arab airstrikes and civil war ravaged the impoverished country. The Israeli military has seized itself of culpability in one of the most controversial incidents in last summer's Gaza war, when a missile killed 4 children on Gaza beach and injured a number of others. And Interpol is suspending its sports integrity agreement with FIFA in light of the ongoing investigations into corruption against World Soccer's governing body. Now let's have a look at the top headlines in today's newspapers in the Middle East. Starting with the Khalij Times, which leads reporting that the International Monetary Fund has dramatically raised the stakes in Greece's stalled debt talks, announcing that its delegation had broken off negotiations in Brussels and flown home because of major differences with Athens. The paper also reports that after 142 days, 3 hours and 48 minutes and 40 seconds and close to 39,000 nautical miles, Abu Dhabi Ocean Racing have virtually won the grueling Volvo Ocean Race, dubbed the Everest of sailing or the Formula One of sailing. Lebanon's Daily Star leads reporting that military intelligence have arrested an Arsal resident accused of preparing 2 explosive-rigged vehicles that targeted the northeastern city of Hermel last year. The paper also reports that the lawyer of Ella Tanous' family have filed for an appeal against the decision to release the physician they accuse of misdiagnosing their infant daughter, which led to the amputation of all her limbs. The Egypt Independent leads reporting that Mike Cooper, chief executive of British supermarket Sainsbury's, has been acquitted by an Egyptian court of all charges relating to a historic business dispute. The paper also reports that an Egyptian criminal court has sentenced a policeman to 15 years in jail over the killing of a woman activist in January at a march marking the anniversary of the uprising that ousted President Hosni Mubarak in 2011. And now let's have a look at papers seen in London. The Telegraph leads reporting that an Israeli military investigation into the killing of 4 Palestinian boys in a targeted drone strike that created international headlines during last summer's Gaza war has been closed without criminal charges being brought against the soldiers involved. The announcement came as the army disclosed that criminal investigations has been ordered into 3 other episodes during the war, including the bombing of the Funtime Beach Cafe near Khan Yunis on July the 9th that killed 9 young men. The Guardian leads reporting that the Abbott government will unveil new counter-terrorism legislation following a series of allegedly foiled attacks in Melbourne in the past month. George Brandis made the announcement on the second day of a summit on challenging terrorist propaganda in Sydney, which he said would focus on strategies to fight Islamic State's electronic army. And now let's have a look at international papers. From China, the Global Times reports that Iraqi forces battled jihadists on several fronts and were poised to receive the help of 450 extra US troops slated for deployment near Ramadi. Washington's decision to send more advisors and trainers to Iraq failed, however, to silence critics who say the White House lacks a strategy to combat the Islamic State group. And the International New York Times reports that an Egyptian police officer has been convicted of a form of manslaughter for killing a poet and activist by shooting her at close range with birdshot. The court sentenced the officer to 15 years in prison, and if the verdict is upheld on appeal, it will be a rare example of judicial punishment in Egypt for excessive police violence. For more updates, please visit levant.tv. Thanks for watching and bye for now.